I'm trying to figure out the best way to start this discussion on the state of schools in the UK. And honestly, for the best way is to just go straight into it and say they need to be looked at and investigated further. Because I'm not sure what's happening at the moment. Thank God we're not like the American school system in terms of safety and security. But that is not what I want to talk about today. My main focus here is the UK and what is happening to students. There have been a number of incidents that's happened, and I don't feel like enough is being done to prevent it. I'm not sure when it started, I'm not sure why it started, but if things don't change, it's going to escalate. And I feel like we need to come together and think of a solution to help out. Now, there are 3 cases that are quite, what's what I'm looking for? Relevant. There we go, relevant. That's all over social media, that's all over, well, they're not all over in the news. They've been reported, but they're not getting airtime. Because unfortunately, the other day we had a school shooting in the US. So that's going to take majority of the screen time. However, it doesn't take away from what's happening in the UK. If you're from the UK, you probably heard of this. If not, then don't worry, it will be explained. But back in March, we don't know the child's name, but it was a black schoolgirl, and she was suspected of having weed because she smelled of weed apparently. So they called the police, and this girl, who was underage, mind you, was strip searched by the police. She was only 15, and they did talk to her parents, and apparently the staff was unaware, which is a big red flag. How are you not aware? When you take a student, you are liable for the care of that student. How do you not know? Where were you? So I don't believe that. I think they're just covering up. But she was strip searched. Her whole body was just violated, basically. Looking for drugs on her because she smelled weed. I mean, that can't be the policy, right? That can't be the system. That can't be the rules in investigating if a girl has weed on her. I mean, can you not take her off site? You not call her parents? Well, I don't know what was happening. This was like in March, mind you. We're in May. This happened in March. And it was a big thing. There was protests. Schools were protesting. People were protesting. It was disgusting because I don't know what happened. I don't know why they chose that course of action, but it was disgusting. This 15-year-old black girl, and it's only happened to black people, as you're going to see throughout the cases. Okay, guess what? This wasn't the first time something like this has happened. It's just been reported that another incident occurred similar to this, where a mixed girl, who I think she's autistic, was searched. She was handcuffed and searched in the same particular way, but she was menstruating. Oh, they were both menstruating. I'm looking at my notes here. They were both menstruating when this occurred. And now she's traumatized and has tried to kill herself. So that's 2 black girls who were suspected of doing something, were handcuffed, strip searched, just violated, underage, mind you. They're all on it. They're 15-year-old, and they didn't have the parents' consent. No teachers were present, and it was male officers. I don't understand where that came from. It doesn't make sense. Like, wouldn't the right course of action be, okay, cool, we'll take you down to the station, we'll get some female officers, conduct a search, and we're just gonna see if there's actually something on you. But it's like, nope, we're gonna search you here, we want to get the drugs off the streets and blah 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 blah. It's just like, first off, you don't even do this for white people. You do this for, the adult-aged suspects. Why the hell are you doing this for her? These poor girls now are traumatized, basically violated because of this abuse of power. I don't understand how this occurred in the first place. It's madness. Something needs to be done, and that's just on the police and teacher side, because I hold the teachers responsible as well, because you called the police. And not only that, you could have called the parents first and said, look, she's smelling of weed, I don't know if it's you or it's her, but you need to get it sorted. Then you call the police, because at least the parents is there now. So you can be like, cool, if you're gonna strip search or female officers before I even give you my consent. But no, it's like everyone wants to be the hero and like report it. Like they want to be the first one to be like, yeah, I caught you, you're the person, I got you. But they don't want to take him to be like, oh, she's an underage girl, 2 male officers, alone. No one finds that bit weird or awkward or strange, or it's just madness. And that's not my only cause for concern when it comes to, the school system and the policies that each school has. I think it was earlier this month, a boy called Raheem Bailey was taken to the hospital because he was being bullied every day, every day, every single day. The mom reported it, they said they sorted it. No, they didn't. Or they thought they sorted it, but they jumped him. Mind you, this boy is, I don't think he's even like above 10. I don't think no, he's 11. He's 11 years old. He's jumped by a group of people. He's running away, ends up breaking his finger, damaging it to the point where he has to get amputated. And fair enough, this wasn't the police like the first 2 cases, but this is still an incident where a black pupil was abused by a group of people, and which could have been avoided if they had different policies. I'm not sure what the reasoning for, I'm not sure what the exact policies is. I would like to get like a list of, okay, for the school to be recognized, they need this, this, and this, and the policies need to be this, this, and this. I would love to get a hand on that, because this poor boy now has to get what's we're looking for, a prosthetic finger. They've raised money for it, which thank God, but it should have been happening in the first place. The boy is 11 in Wales. Why is this happening to him? They're not educating them kids right. And I'm assuming since they thought it was sorted, they've talked to the parents. What are the parents doing? What type of parent are you doing where they feel they are able to just do this and get away with it? What are you not teaching them at home that they feel comfortable enough to come to school and do this to another child? It doesn't make sense. So I think the big question is, the big point I'm trying to make is the school experience for black pupils is wildly inappropriate, wildly damaging than compared to other students. Not even just black students. Let's bring in Asian students, because they experience racism too. Not gonna lie, when I was in secondary, I would throw around the jokes of this one guy and he would throw some back, and that was like a joke. We understood that. We didn't mean what we were saying. But it seems like it's just escalating and it's growing and it's festering, but no one wants to actually do something about it. It's going to get to the point where someone's actually going to get killed. That's my biggest fear right now. There's going to be so much hatred, so much contempt, and not enough policies in place for this to be controlled that someone is going to die. And I feel that if something isn't done soon, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. People are saying that they're tired of hearing protests, they're tired of black people talking, but you're not listening. You're not listening. You're just hearing sounds. You're not actually understanding and taking in what we're saying. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, where 3 black students have been abused and violated because the system that they were put in was just not adequate enough. I feel like the school systems are geared towards the better treatment for non-black students. I don't see any evidence otherwise. It shouldn't have to come to the point where people are protesting or leaving bad reviews or reporting you for you to realize, okay, something needs to change. You should be proactive in your approach and going out and seeing if something needs to be done. It shouldn't have to take a boy losing their finger or a girl wanting to off herself for you to realize, okay, maybe we need to change this. Maybe we need to do something different. I feel like there's a lot of people who need to be held accountable. And until that happens, this is just going to keep going and going and going.